It grossed a decent amount at the box office because, if I'm not mistaken, it cost $20 to make. Hi there guys, I hope you're well. Welcome back to my channel called Blast in the Past, and this time around I have a review of the DVD version of Mr. Brooks, a film from 2007 starring Kevin Costner, William Hurt, Demi Moore, and, quite surprisingly, Dane Cook.
Dane Cook takes on the dramatic role of Mr. Smith in Mr. Brooks.
It's not a comedy, and people primarily know me as being a funny guy after 17 years of stand-up comedy.
If I remember correctly, I saw that film the last time around 2008. Therefore, yesterday it was a pretty sentimental, nostalgic viewing experience, a screening, and I'm pleased with this film even more. So definitely it flew a little bit under the radar, it's forgotten, but it has a very nice performance from Kevin Costner, a multifaceted one, and also the story is very gripping but a little bit dark and gloomy. It is kind of similar to the Dexter TV series.
It's about something deep inside.
If you decide to watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the film is also well directed by Chris A. Evans, who before directed only one more film and afterwards, so he has only 2 films in his portfolio, and the first one was Cuffs from 1992 with Christian Slater. But without further ado, buckle up and let's get ready for a thrilling ride, that's for sure.
Now on video.
What do you think, man? Lay down on the ground.
Nice slipcover. Here's the front, here is the back, here is the spine, and this is what we have inside. And by the way, the picture quality is very nice. Maybe it's not the best I've ever seen, but I don't think that if there is a Blu-ray edition it's easily available. So it is what it is, but I'm very pleased with the quality. Like I said, it's the film is about Mr. Brooks, who is a philanthropist. He's a benevolent person on the surface, but he's also a millionaire, a creator of a big empire. However, he seems like a typical family man, but he has a dark side to him, and he's a murderer. And unfortunately, he cannot keep his inner demon under control. And this demon is personified by the character played by William Hurt. So they often have conversations together, and Mr. Brooks has managed to contain that demon for 2 years, but one fateful night he decides to come back to it.
You've been a good boy for a long time. You know you want to do this.
And he's seen by one of the characters who decides to blackmail him. And what happens next? Well, you have to give it a go, that's for sure. Because the film is full of plot twists, it is very gripping, it will keep you at the edge of your seat, and in some points it may be similar to the Dexter TV series, but it definitely stands on its own and it's worth revisiting. Thanks to the atmosphere, how gripping, how exciting it is, how well acted, how unpredictable a little bit. I have nothing but praise for this film, so if you have a chance, please give it a go.
Bring all the pictures. That way we can like each other simply for who we are.
I don't have too many pieces of trivia regarding this film. One of them is that it was supposed to have been a trilogy. Alas, the plan never came to fruition, but never say never. Maybe they'll decide to resuscitate that plan, because Kevin Costner is on a roll, thanks to starring in Yellowstone, from which he has been infamously fired, unfortunately, and there are 2 big flicks coming from him, so we'll see how they fare at the box office. but I think that there was a potential for that. And another piece of trivia is regarding the ending, that actually is a very twisted one, but the penultimate scene was supposed to have been the final one. I don't want to spoil anything, but what happens then is very shocking to the main character. But then we have a follow-up, and it gives a potential for the trilogy, for the remaining two parts. Never say never, Nicolas Cage is also on the roll right now. Maybe the House of Mouse will decide to reinvigorate the franchise of a national treasure, so maybe it's also the best time to revisit Mr. Brooks. But even if there are no further installments, I think that it's worth giving it a go, and unfortunately it's been vastly forgotten. But for Kevin Costner's fan, it's a must. I think that it was an independent film because there are many sub-studios. There is not a major one at the beginning of the film, and I was quite surprised by that because Kevin Costner, even at that time, although maybe he was past his heyday, he was still a recognizable name. But it may be a little bit of the mainstream film, but it stars great actors and actresses. We have Kevin Costner, Demi Moore, William Hurt, and Dane Cook, a comedian, in a pretty surprising role, a very serious one.
I feel like you're backing out of our deal.
I love what you are thinking.
And the film is well acted, everybody delivers fantastic performances, and the dialogues between Kevin Costner, so the titular Mr. Brooks, and his demon, his alter ego, personified, embodied by William Hurt, this is fantastic.
You enjoyed doing that couple just as much as I did, and look at the bright side.
How meaty, how juicy the dialogues are, spot on. And actually Mr. Brooks seems like a decent guy, apart from the urges he gets, just like Dexter in the titular TV series. This plot, this narrative is similar, but it stands on its own, the motion picture. I have nothing but compliments regarding that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Portland Chamber of Commerce Man of the Year, Mr. Earl Brooks.
It is also greatly directed by Chris E. Evans. All the production values are there, fantastic shots, you never feel like it's low on the budget, the film, and I think actually that it grossed a decent amount at the box office, because if I'm not mistaken, it cost $20 million to make, but fortunately it grossed around $48 million worldwide, so this is a decent result. I'm even more surprised therefore that they didn't decide to follow up on it. Maybe there was some drama behind the scenes, we will never know. On the one hand that's a shame, on the other hand sometimes it's better to keep the stories folded, wrapped up, and without following them up with anything else. Because if you turn a nice film into a cash cow, it very often goes south.
If you want something from me, then you're gonna have to tell me who you are or I'm gonna hang up.
Did you think your husband's killing was random?
And I certainly didn't have to give you wings.
There is one more piece of trivia. The role of the director was offered by Kevin Costner to Uwe Boll, who is famous or infamous for his game adaptations like The House of the Dead and Dungeon Siege and other ones, Blood Rain. All of them have pretty bad scores, so maybe it's a good thing that he decided to turn it down, and we had Chris A. Evans at the helm, who did a splendid job.
Of the dead.
And that would be my very short take on Mr. Brooks. It is by no means a classic, unfortunately. I think that the film delivers on all fronts, in all the fields. If you have a chance to give it a go for the first time ever, please do, because I'm sure that you will be amazed with how good this film is, how well it turned out. And if you have liked my video review, please give the video the thumbs up. Please share your comments on the film, on Kevin Costner and his career right now, on the other performances, on the director. If you are not subscribed to this channel, maybe please consider subscribing to it. You could also recommend this video review to your friends. And that would be it. Thank you very much for your attention, and until next time, cheers, bye.
His life is supreme.